All right, how are you all doing? Hopefully the sound is okay. I want to be quiet because I'm not sure if my flatmate in the room next to me is asleep. So I want to be respectful to him. And it's really hot. I'm so hot. I'm so sweaty. I would call it solid. I would agree. Let me know if the sound is a bit dodgy, but it should be okay. I'm having to speak a little bit hushed out of respect. That'll do. I think that'll do. I was just having a quick look through the other scores today because there were some interesting results. Middlesbrough lost 4-0 to Doncaster. Thought that was quite interesting. I'll go on our game in a second. Millwall Rovers lost to Cambridge as well. What a shame. What a shame. I was actually kind of hoping we might draw them in the next round, but is what it is. Let's have a look then. Bristol City, MK Dons. So yeah, starting team was Lumley in goal, Dickey, Viner, Tanner, Morrison, Knight, Randall, Sykes, Mehmeti, Twine, Yeboah. Got Twine credited with 2 assists. Yeboah, gotta say I wasn't too impressed with him today. Yeboah, he ran around but didn't do a whole lot. I think if there's anything to take away from today, it's that if we really want to challenge for the playoffs, I think 95% of our squad could just about do it. But just need a striker, mate. Just need a striker. One striker, and I think we're playoff contenders. Because I'm just worried that if we lose Reece, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. Reece came on at half-time for Yeboah and made an immediate impact. Started holding the ball up really well, bringing other players into the game. He didn't score. He had a couple of chances, but he just changed the game when he came on. We obviously got 1-0 up, but the game kind of died after the goals, I noticed as well. We just kind of went a little bit flat. But that Reece substitution at half-time really gave us a kick-in, basically. We were a lot better. The concern I have is, what's our cover up front without Reece? Mehmeti, solid game for him. I thought Morrison was pretty good as well. Quite surprised to see him only play 45, but I think Struber's trying to get you into a bit of rhythm at left wing back. And he obviously did really well. Scored his goal. The U goal was brilliant. I can't show it on here because I'll get done for copyright, but I thought it was a really good goal from you. Knight, definitely man of the match. I mean, the guy is, 5'8"? I don't know how tall he is. He's not a very tall man, but his ability in the air to find space and win the ball is really good. So he was good quality for his 8.5 rating. Another pretty solid performance from Randall. Came off for Bird. The game was pretty, to be honest, the game was pretty dead when Bird came on. So I'm not really going to put too much judgment on his performance. Sykes, I made some notes about Sykes. He looked bang up for it today. Absolutely bang up for it today. And unfortunately, nothing really came off for him. I guess the guy's playing for a place in the team at the moment, right? Because he's probably seen by Struber as the right wing back, but he's got McCrory for competition, so he was obviously playing for that. Dickey got an 8.1 out of 10. Viner was very solid. The defence was really solid tonight, to be fair. And, ladies and gentlemen, we got a Joe Lumley clean sheet. Joe Lumley clean sheet. I gotta say. So he didn't have much to do today, but he wasn't that confidence-inspiring on the ball, I don't think. He was very close to giving it away on a couple of occasions. And I think if he was playing a championship forward with maybe a bit more mobility than what MK Dons had, he may have given the ball away. A couple of crosses as well I wasn't too confident with him from. So good business in getting VTech in, I think. Not massively confident in Lumley, but we back him to get the clean sheet, don't we? And that's exactly what he did. Don't have a whole lot to say on the opposition, to be honest with you. They're a League 2 team, aren't they? And they rested their best players. So not much to say. I guess they had their spells towards the end of the first half, couple of half chances, but not much else really. I think we were good value for a 2-0 win. Quick look at the subs. Reece only got a 6.2, but honestly, I thought he changed the game when he came on. Having a striker that can hold the ball up like he does, bring other players into play, run the channels, I think it's a game changer. I really do. And we need backup. Yu was obviously really good again. Good for his goal. It was a goal I don't think he would have even took a shot against. He wouldn't have even took that shot last season, I don't think, with the confidence that I think he had. Josh Stokes was pretty tidy, had a really good effort. Was it the bar or the post? Really good curler from outside the box, hit the post. And then Sinclair Armstrong had the follow-up and he absolutely skied it. He got in behind a couple of times, but just didn't make anything of his chances. Don't know. I like him. Well, do I? Nothing against these players personally, but is Sinclair Armstrong going to get your top 6, realistically? If Reece gets injured, who's going to play up front? It's probably him, isn't it? Can you really hang your hat on him? Probably not, let's be honest. Max Bird, steady. I don't really think he had enough of the ball or did enough to warrant anything, to be honest. There wasn't too much from Dons either, really. Callum Patterson, I was a little bit worried when he came on because the manager obviously told him to go one-on-one against Tanner and try and get the ball up to him, play it like in the air, but that didn't really come to fruition. So yeah, pretty tidy 2-0 win. Let's have a quick look at the chat a second. Give Wickham Valley and we will take Coney. He just went to QPR, didn't he? Yeah, 2 up top didn't work, but I don't think it was the thought of 2 up top. It was the 2 up top that we had actually playing, I think. Night man of the match. He did miss a few passes. I think we're going to have to get used to that from our midfielders, because there's less players around them than there were under Manning. Manning was a slower build-up, more possession-based, and there was usually, when a midfielder has the ball in their own half, there's usually a pass on. But with the way that we drive forward as much as we do under Struber, especially when playing it quickly, there's just less options for them. I think we're going to have to get used to the likes of Knight and Randall giving the ball away, to be honest, I've got to say. Stokes looked good. He did look good and tidy. One thing I would say about Stokes is I've never really picked up on it, but physically he looks pretty mean. Like he's a big dude, so he's physically ready for championship football, I would say. And yeah, that's the overall point I think, Andrew, from that game. My biggest learning is I genuinely think that we could challenge for the playoffs again this season. I know we've only played 2 games, but I think we can only do that if Reece stays fit the entire season. But even then, he's not going to be able to play all the minutes. Just need a backup for Reece now, I think. That's the piece of business we do. And based on my meeting I had with the club, I would hope that the people at the club are thinking the same thing. I trust that they are. I'm just going to switch screens a sec because we're going to have a quick look through Twitter. I bookmarked some tweets that might be worth going through, and then we'll probably end it because I'm absolutely knackered. I had early morning training that I was up at 5 a.m. for, and it's nearly 11 p.m. now, so I'm absolutely knackered, and it's still like 28 degrees, something like that. So yeah, I was just saying I'm doubling down on the fact that we need a backup for Reece. A luxury, I'd take another left-sided defender, but I think we really need a backup to Reece, I reckon. And yeah, James, my good mate James, saw him at the game. He was very happy to be back, so that's good to see. Rovers. Yeah, that's Forever Bristol City saying, nothing like the fluidity of Saturday. None of the included making a strong claim. Yeah, there wasn't anyone sort of hardcore for the shirt, I think. That starting 11 that played against Sheffield, I think, play again. With the exception of Dickey. Dickey was good today, and he did all he could, I think, to put himself in the team for the weekend. Just whether he gets picked, I suppose. That was our first competitive clean sheet since the 4th of March. And then Bristol City FM, always admire his opinion along with Fev's as well. Professional win, dominated the ball. We can control the game even with the vertical play we play. Viner was good. Sykes was good. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Sinks again, he's just dangerous, isn't he? But he doesn't have the final product. He needs to work on that. Fev's, nice comfy win into round 2. We're in the hat. That's all that mattered, isn't it? We're in the hat. There was no slip-ups, no upsets. We got through. Bristol Rovers halftime team talk. I can't share the meme, in fact. I did a Joe Lumley clean sheet meme that I was quite proud of. So there we go. I think that's everything. I've talked about the goals, overall game. I know we've only been 10 minutes, but I'm absolutely knackered. I'm going to go to bed, I think, and put a fan on because it's absolutely roasting here. I'll stay in it just if anyone's got anything to say in the chat. What have we got here? Any thoughts on the bids for McCrory? Yeah, I think Dan Carter, the Bristol Live journo, squashed it basically. He's got a direct line to the club. I know he does. They would have told him that they're not accepting any bids for McCrory and he's not for sale. They would have told him to tweet that today. So I wouldn't be worried about those bids being accepted for Ross. There will be a price tag for him. And, if it was met, I'm sure we would get rid of him. But It's probably a lot higher. I would hope it's a lot higher. Sounds like it's a lot higher than 3.5 million, which it sounds like Udinese were considering, even if it's even true. So I would not be worried about McCrory. He's got a year left on his contract and a 1-year extension or a 1-year option. So he's at the club for 2 years minimum. So I wouldn't worry too much. And this isn't the summer that you need to get rid of him. The players I would worry about are Viner, if you're worried about Viner. Sykes, he's another one, and Mehmeti. Those are the three that have 1 year left on their deal that we probably almost play every week that we need to re-sign. Those are the three that I'd worry about potentially going. Nathan would start that back three against Charlton. Yeah, I wouldn't play Viner on the left. I'd play Atkinson on the left again. And I think Viner's not done anything wrong to be moved out of his place, to be fair. Be interesting to see if he picks Viner or Dickey in the middle, because I think Tanner starts on the right. I think he's been really good. Do we have backup in every position? I think so. It's just striker, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. You know, we got 4 centre midfielders, a load of decent centre backs, and obviously we've got injuries as well. So when the injured players return, pretty good cover. Couple of options at left wing back, and obviously you and McCrory can play there as well. Couple options at right wing back. Tanner can play there in an emergency. Sykes and McCrory can play there. Loads of options for the forward positions. Just need a striker, in my mind. Just need a striker who can fill in for Reece, I would say, or play alongside Reece. But I think if today confirmed anything, it's that Yeboah and Sinclair probably, you just can't hang your hat on them, can you? Right, I'm going to end it there. I think that's enough opinions, isn't it? It's nearly 10:30. I'm gonna try and cool myself down and go to bed. All right, I'll see you all later. Thanks so much for tuning in. I met a few of you at the game as well. I don't know if anyone's actually watching here, but it was lovely to meet the people I did at the game. So if you're at the Charlton game and you see me, please say hello. It's really nice to meet you, so I appreciate that. Cheers.